So next, after the chemical properties of the domestic wastewater or the sewage waste, then again is the biological properties. Next is the biological properties. So sewage especially contains the bacteria. As we have already discussed that there are two types of bacteria in the water or in the sewage waste, that is the pathogenic bacteria and non-pathogenic bacteria. Sewage contains bacteria and other living microorganisms such as algae, fungi, protozoa also be produced to the sewage waste. So the fungi or protozoa also comes in the biological part. So the bacteria that are present in the sewage in large in the number, and depending upon their nature, they may be classified as pathogenic bacteria and non-pathogenic bacteria. Pathogenic bacteria are harmful and they are responsible for causing different type of disease. So sewage obtains such bacteria from the discharges of persons and animals suffering from various diseases. So the chances of the generation of different type of diseases is more when the discharge from the human being or from the animal is having the different type of disease. So basically the pathogenic bacteria is harmful to the human being, but non-pathogenic bacteria are harmless, generally that are available in our body, but not harmful as compared to the pathogenic bacteria. The major part of the bacteria in the sewage is engaged in carrying out the process of breaking the complex organic compounds into the simple and stable compounds. So also the such some type of bacteria that are helpful to decompose the organic compounds also that are present in the sewage waste. So after the reaction of these biological elements like fungi, protozoa uh, with the organic compounds present in the sewage waste, there is the also the change in the chemical properties. So is the sewage waste have the different biological properties, but it will also able to change the chemical properties of the domestic wastewater. So just in the biological properties, just we will discuss about the pathogenic and non-pathogenic bacteria. As we have already discussed in the unit 2 that the pathogenic bacteria that are present in the water, or especially in the this topic belongs to the sewage waste or the domestic wastewater, then the pathogenic bacteria is everywhere harmful in terms of if it is present in the water, if it is present in the sewage waste also. But non-pathogenic bacteria is not harmful, or generally, and uh, different type of non-pathogenic bacteria comes in our body system through the drinking water. So but they are not harmful. So just a removal process, or you can say the treatment of the water or treatment of the sewage waste has been done in the form to remove the pathogenic bacteria. So these are all about the biological properties. So just we have discussed about the characteristics of domestic wastewater in terms of the physical properties, in terms of the chemical properties, and in terms of the biological properties. Next part of this unit, the topic is the disposal of domestic wastewater in rural and urban areas. So what type of scheme is provided for the disposal of domestic wastewater? What type of accessories, or you can say the machinery system, is required for the treatment of domestic wastewater before disposing of into the river or stream? So just we will discuss the disposal process of the domestic wastewater in the rural and urban areas. So the domestic wastewater, basically known as the sewage, begins to cause nuisance as it becomes stale. So stale means no longer fresh. So if the, as we have discussed already, if the sewage waste is not fresh, then it will create the nuisance, some type of a special odor, or you can say there will be the generation of some organic compounds because of the chemical reactions. that will be harmful to human being. Also, it will produce the some type of hazardous gases like H2S, methane, ammonia. So, the treatment, if it is possible, to dispose of sewage within 4 to 5 hours after its production, the treatment required is less in magnitude. So, if you want to remove the typical process of the treatment of the sewage waste, then just you have to just after the production of the sewage waste, just you can carry the sewage waste into the treatment plant. But at the time, but as the time will increase, the process will be more typical. So to save that process, machinery process of the sewage plant or the treatment plant, just we have to uh, follow the timing before the 4 to 5 hours for the treatment of the sewage waste. If the required time is increases, then the process will also increases of the treatment. So basically this topic deals with the methods of the disposing domestic wastewater. So the method of sewage disposal can classified as follows. We will discuss about the disposal process. So disposal by the dilution is the first process, and the disposal by the land treatment is the second process of the disposal of the domestic wastewater. So in the disposal by the dilution, the you can say the raw sewage or the partially treated sewage is thrown into the natural waters. So, but there is a requirement that the natural water should be in the large volume. The sewage in due course of time is purified by the self-purification capacity of the natural water. As we have discussed about the sedimentation process. So, just in the process of the disposal by the dilution, we will use the same mechanism as the sedimentation process. So what will happen? The sewage waste or the sewage material will mix with the available pure water, and sedimentation process will start, in which the impurities that have high diameter, or you can say the large impurities, will be settled down inside the, or you can bot in the at the bottom side of the tank. So basically the sewage waste can be dropped into the water tank that have the large volume. So the limit of the discharge and degree of treatment of the sewage are determined by the capacity of self purification of the natural water. So just the sedimentation process comes in the category of self purification. There is no mechanical process, there is no machinery process, but what will happen if you if the if you will impure the if you will drop the impurity like the sewage waste into the pure water, then the large impurities in the size, or the heavy impurities, will be settling down towards the bottom of the tank. So the conditions that are favorable for the dilution. So these are some conditions that should be preferred, or the when we are disposing by the dilution method. So the first condition is that it is possible only to provide primary treatment of to the sewage. Generally, the process of the disposal by dilution just to remove the floating matter and the settleable solids. It not the you can say the complete method to remove the impurities, or you can say the organic impurities especially from the wastewater. But generally it will treat uh, uh, regarding the floating matter, as the floating material that is float on the surface can be removed by the from the surface of the water, and some type of impurities, as we have discussed, will be settled down at the bottom of the tank. So the current, so first requirement is that the water should be in the large volume that be capable to remove the floating matter. Floating matters will come on the surface of the water, and the large volume impurities, or the large diameter impurities, or the heavy impurities will be settled down at the bottom of the tank. So the condition of the primary treatment to the sewage should be in this manner. Next is the currents of flow of diluting waters should be favorable, which means that a nuisance should not be caused when sewage is discharged into the diluting water. So just what we are doing, we are treating the wastage of the sewage. So this is the basically first or second phase of the treatment, in which we use the process of disposal by dilution. So our goal is to remove the hazardous impurities or the organic impurities from the waste sewage. So after doing these processes, just we will dispose of the remaining amount of the sewage waste into the stream or the river, so that it cannot be harm for the human being. So the currents of the flow, and the next process, the currents of flow of diluting waters. Currents of flow of the diluting waters means the flow direction of the flow especially. So if we are treating the sewage waste in the particular large volume of water, you can say also you can use the sea, or especially the some type of rivers, or large ponds, lakes for the sewage treatment. So the method of disposal by dilution, it just belongs to the treatment by the pure water. So if we are doing the treatment through the river, then there comes the sewage waste, and the flow of river in the not in the proper direction. So if there is a nearby the you can say the setup of the supplying water also, then it can disturb to the it can disturb to the supplying system of the water. So the water currents especially means the direction of flow of the water should be in the it should be in favorable, which means that it can not create the nuisance. So generally, if you go for the treatment plant or the supplying water scheme, then you will observe that there is some. They are located in the particular places, but having the some differences in the distance. Just in between the sewage treatment or the filter plant, just there will be 1 or 2 kilometer difference, so that the proper space for the treatment and their availability of the proper treatment of the uh, sewage waste, and no any chance of the creating of the nuisance there due to the sewage waste in the supplying water. So diluting waters are not used for the purpose of navigation for at least some reasonable distance on the downstream from the point of sewage disposal. So just if we discuss about the, if we are disposing of the sewage waste into the sea, then there are the navigational channels. Navigation channel means there you can say the stand of the different type of जहाज जहाँ पे आके रुकते हैं, जहाँ नेविगेशन चैनल होता है, डिफरेंट टाइप के जहाज हैं जो कोई मालवाहक जहाज हैं, तो स्पेशली वो जो प्लेस क्रिएट करते हैं रुकने का, डेट इज नॉन एज द नेविगेशन चैनल. So if the because in the navigation channel there will be the crowd of the human being also, is there will be the process of the different type of machinery systems to the for the required for the different type of navigation purpose. So there is also the huge of the population in the navigational area. So just we will remove the case in which the sewage disposal can't reach to the navigation part. If we are discussing about the sea, in the part of sea, so the navigational channels having some distance from the sewage disposal, especially if we are doing the process of the disposal by the dilution to the sea. So just it just you have to create such condition that the sewage waste cannot be come into contact with the human being, because there will be the chances of different type of gases that will generated through the sewage waste, and if the population will come in the contact with these type of gases, then it will be hazardous. So the precautions for the navigational channels can be done if we are using the sea for the sewage disposal. Next is the diluting waters should not have habitation, or they should not have been used as the source of water supply for at least some reasonable distance on the downstream from the point of sewage disposal. So just we have discussed that the diluting water treatment is required, the special particular area for the sewage treatment, in which just we will drop the sewage waste in the particular area, then the automatic process of the sedimentation will take care. So just for the precaution that the sewage waste, the chances or the probability to mix the sewage waste to the drinking water when we are having the treatment plant also there. So some reasonable distance can be maintained among the water supply process or among the sewage waste process. So also the it depends on the, as we have discussed, on the currents of flow of diluting water. So the current of flow of the, you can say, the water flow should of from the sewage waste should not be in the direction of the supplying water filter system or the supplying water system. Next is the dissolved oxygen content of the diluting water should be high. As we have discussed already, the presence of the oxygen in the water, where we are doing the treatment or disposal by the dilution method, the in the particular area, the required oxygen should be high. Because oxygen, if there will be the high quantity of oxygen, then the organic compound disposal will take place very easily. Or if there is a non-availability or less availability of the oxygen, then the organic compounder will not be decomposed and it will generate the different type of you can say the poisonous gases. So there should be suitable oxygen at the place where we are disposing the sewage waste for the by the dilution method. The place is situated near natural waters having large volume. So generally our requirement is that there should be the large volume of the water to treat the sewage waste. Also it should be situated near the near the natural source of the water. So it will be beneficial for, and the process will be very easy of the decomposing of the organic compound. So the place that we will select for the disposal by the dilution should be situated near the natural waters that having the large volume. What there will be the also the reason behind this, that there will be the large quantity of the oxygen we can get from the natural resources. So the place should be you can say the water that we are using for the disposal by the dilution should be natural water or having the large volume. Next is the sewage is relatively fresh and it is possible to bring it to the point of discharge within 4 or 5 hours of its production. So first our compulsory requirement is that sewage should not take the much more time. So if it will take the much more time, then the it will create the poisonous or the different type of chemical impurities also in the sewage waste. So it will reach to the treatment plant timely. So if that process, if you want to approach the easier process of the sewage waste, then just sewage should be reached at the treatment plant timely. That is the suitable time is the near about 4 to 5 hours after its production. So after the 4 to 5 hours, it will be known as the stale sewage, as we have discussed. Yeah, that will create the problem, and it will take some more accessories or more processing for the treatment. So just we have to remove the typical part for the treatment. Then we have to just bring out this process of the dilution timely. So these are the conditions that are favorable for the this method, especially the disposal by the dilution. So we can select the disposal by dilution method if we having the large quantity of water, suitable oxygen requirement there, or the especially the relatively fresh or the natural water that have the high quantity of the oxygen. So just this is the process of the removal of the objectionable materials from the sewage waste. It is not the perfect material that we can remove. We can say that the 100% removal. No 100% removal by this process. We just remove the solid waste that have the large volume or the you can say the large diameter impurities or the floating objects. So just the floating objects or the large quantity or the large volume, large weight quantity of the solid waste can be removed by this process. But certain type of very fine impurities that are harmful also present after the disposal by dilution process. So just we have to go for the next step of the treatment after the disposal by dilution. The types of the natural waters, so we will discuss that what type of natural waters we can use for the disposal by dilution method. So as you can see on the screen that these are the natural waters sources into which the sewage can be discharged for the dilution. So we can use creeks. Creeks basically होता क्या है, सकरी खाड़ी, एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया, खाड़ियाँ जनरली सी के जो किनारा होता है उनमें पर्टिकुलरली सी तो काफ़ी बड़ा होता है लेकिन कुछ पानी उसका अलग से निकल जाता है। अलग से निकलने का मतलब वो लिंक्ड तो सी से ही होगा लेकिन वो कुछ एक इस तरह की डेवलप कर लेता है काफ़ी किलोमीटर्स में एरिया, वो जो सेपरेट है वहाँ उस जगह को आप यू कैन यूज फॉर द disposal by dilution. So that is known as the creeks. Also next is the estuaries. So estuaries is known as the is a different type of rivers. We can see that sometimes they are narrower and sometimes they have broader in it. तो जो चौड़ा वाला part है नदी का that is known as the estuaries. So you can see the नदी का चौड़ा मुहाना in the simpler words. So we can use the estuaries for the treatment of the sewage waste also. Next, the natural water that we can use for the disposal by dilution is the groundwaters. But groundwaters should be in the, you can say that in the large volume. So if it's present in the large volume, groundwaters availability is there, then we can prefer for the disposal by dilution. Also, the lakes, some type of lakes, also we can use for the disposal of the sewage waste. Also the oceans or sea we can use for the disposal of sewage waste, or generally as a perennial rivers that flow throughout the year also, that is not seasonal, as we have discussed already in the unit 2 that there are two types of rivers, that is a perennial river that flows for the whole year, not the time being in the monsoon season. Especially generally we see the flow in the different type of rivers in the monsoon season, but perennial rivers have the flow throughout the year. The availability of water in the perennial river should be throughout the year. So such type of rivers, or especially the streams that are continue for the throughout the year, then we can use such type of resources, such type of sources for the disposal by dilution. If the rivers are not perennial, or it is in the case of non-perennial river, so we can't drop the sewage waste into the non-perennial rivers, because it will create the different, if there is no water in the non-perennial rivers after a certain time, so it will create the problem to the human being. So sewage waste can be treated through only through the perennial rivers and the streams. So these type of natural water resources we can use for the disposal by the dilution. So when the sewage is discharged into the natural water, its organic matter generally gets oxidized by the dissolved oxygen content in the water. So as we have discussed already, the oxygen component should be high. Oxygen content in the water should be high so that it can be decomposed. Organic compounder can be decomposed by the oxidation process. The oxidation of the organic matter converts such matter into you can see the simple inoffensive substance. Inoffensive substance means that does not harm to the human being. So if there is the proper availability of the oxygen, then the organic compounds will be decomposed easily and will convert into the inoffensive substances that will not harm the human being. So deficiency of the oxygen, especially in the case of water, the dissolved oxygen will create the problem, which will create the problem in the natural waters is filled up by the absorption of the atmospheric oxygen. So the oxygen of water is consumed by the sea waste and at the same time it is replenished by the atmosphere. So if there are a suitable quantity of the oxygen, but after the process of the sewage treatment, it will be minimized. It can be minimized. So there should be the proper facility that the water can replenished by the oxygen again. So this phenomena which occurs in all natural waters is known as the self-purification of the natural water. So water itself have this capability. So the process of the disposal by dilution is also known as the self-purification process by the natural water. It is thus seen that the natural waters polluted by the sewage are purified in the natural course by the phenomena of self-purification. So just we are discussing about the self-purification characteristics or the quality of the water. So if the water having the high dissolved oxygen, then the process of self-purification will be very fast. Basically, the rate of the self-purification will depend on various factors such as the rate of re-aeration. Re-aeration, as we have discussed already, the aeration means the circulation of air. That is known as the re-aeration. If there is the, you can say the lack of oxygen, then there will be a suitable, you can say the process in which the as we will drop the sewage waste into the water, then it will absorb the oxygen from the water and there will be the lack of the oxygen into the water. So water should have the capability to grasp the oxygen timely so that again the treatment process cannot be delayed. So it will all depend upon the re-aeration process. So re-aeration, you can understand the process of the, especially the Vayu Sancharan especially. So the organic matter present in the
तुम
sewage,
बड़ा मत करो
temperature,
कभी।
velocity of flow, that the presence of the available
भैया
oxygen
मैं मैंने
and
भी
receiving water, sedimentation,
ये पर ऐसे
etc.
लीडर
बोला
मत
भाई
Please mute yourself.
हो, आप समझ रहे हो।
बस बस ही ऐसे तो मैं करूंगा विशाल लेकर उसकी गाड़ी भेज दूंगा साले
बाइक
बाइक क्या कार है उसकी गाड़ी
The rate of self-purification will depend on various factors such as the rate of re-aeration, type of organic matter that are present in the sewage, also the temperature of the water, velocity of flow of the water, presence of the available oxygen or the dissolved oxygen in the water especially. So all the process will depend on the quality of the water that is available for the dilution method. So today's timing of this lecture has been going to be over. So we will discuss the next part in the tomorrow lecture. So have a nice day. Good day.